We are going to be talking today about how to make a coffee drink out of the dandelion root.
Dandelion root is, especially in its roasted form, is an incredibly popular hot beverage. It's used in a lot of sort of coffee substitutes, and it has many beneficial effects on the body.
Okay. And who would know, right? So many people want to get rid of dandelions, and yet they are very useful and healthy.
It's incredible,
plant.
The amount of money and energy spent on keeping this plant at bay. You know, it's amazing. Around the world, dandelion's probably one of the more commonly used medicinal plants. We tend to want to just call something a weed and spend money, you know, putting poison onto the earth, which is not very vitalizing for any of us. And instead of, let's say, getting some exercise and digging up the root and having a nice beverage that probably many of our ancestors enjoyed.
And you were just congratulating me on this luscious plant that I didn't even plant.
Yeah, yeah, you did a great job of growing this season.
Okay.
I commend you on a fine dandelion. Yeah, and I see there's other plants here that you've done really well growing effortlessly also, that many would call weeds. Okay.
So that's what you should look for, is a bigger dandelion plant.
You betcha. A nice size like this, and you can see the teeth on it. This is what really is signifies the dandelion here. It's you know, that's kind of how it got its name. In French, it's dandelion, which is the tooth of the lion. And there's a beautiful root. Dandelion is most famous for its effects on the liver. In Eastern and traditional healing systems, it's known to cool the blood. So anytime there's an inflammation like hepatitis or skin issues where there's inflammation, or what would be referred to in the Eastern world as hot blood, which really means toxins, the dandelion is really incredible at helping to cool the blood, detoxify the blood, calm down the liver. Great for anyone who's had a long history of being hard on their liver or had struggles with their liver. The leaf, however, is probably one of our leading diuretics. It helps the body shed excess water. It's also a great plant if we were ever in a pickle and we needed to find something to eat, if we were lost in the forest or something. It's really high in vitamins A, B, and C. The only thing is, if you eat too much of it, it is a diuretic, so it's going to make you pee more often than usual. Chop it up into little pieces like this, which we will be later roasting. So we're just making a bunch of tiny little pieces here so that we can get a nice, well-rounded roast when we put them in the oven.
Mm-hmm. How many cups of coffee would this one root make?
This is probably going to come down to, once it's dried, 2 big cups.
Okay.
Yeah, 2 big cups of coffee. If you wanted to, you know, have enough dandelion root for the winter, you'd probably want to harvest a good 40 or 50, even 60 plants throughout the late summer or early autumn.
With the cut up root, we head inside to set the oven at 350 degrees.
And in it goes.
So 2 hours then?
2 hours would be good, yeah. I mean, keep your eye on it. You know, it depends on the batch, the size of the batch that you're doing. You might need to stir it up a little bit.
Okay, so does that look about right?
That looks about perfect, and it smells perfect too. It's got that nice roasted smell to it. So this is enough for about 1 person's cup. You could drink this every single day, and you could drink, you know, 2-3 cups of it a day. And the only person who wouldn't really want to drink a lot of bitters are people who are maybe really thin, really frail, really cold. And we can see the nice amber color that's coming out there, and the aroma that's filling the air is just, it's pleasant, isn't it?
Very nice. And how often do you drink this at home, Chad?
I drink this probably about 3 or 4 times a week. It'll just catch most of the chunks.
Okay. So we're going to head out back here and enjoy our the fruits of your labor.
Okay.
So what's the verdict from first-time testers? It's tasty, and who knew you could cook up something nutritious that most people hate to see growing in their backyards?